guys, welcome to episode 5 of the wedding series. In today's video, let's talk about some tips on how to make the wedding planning a little easier. Now, if you haven't watched the video of the top 5 things to discuss with your fiance before the wedding planning, do check that out. I'll link that up above. And yeah, let's begin. So the first thing you would need to do is go to a stationery shop and get yourself a file or a folder. Now, this is basically going to be like your wedding file or a wedding folder, whichever you're comfortable with. And you will have to carry this everywhere you go whenever anything related to the wedding. The reason is you will be getting a lot of receipts, a lot of papers, a lot of pamphlets, brochures. Some people will just write the costing of particular venue on a piece of paper and share it with you. And we just end up keeping it in wallet, in bags, and then we switch bags. We don't know where it is. And because it's just not going to be one place, right? You're all going to be visiting a lot of things and a lot of vendors. So carrying this file and folder is great because anything related to the wedding goes in this file and folder. After a few months closer to the wedding, you'll need something, you exactly know where that particular pamphlet or brochure, anything that you wanted is. Similarly, you'll also be making a folder on the cloud. So go to your Google Drive, create a wedding folder, share it with you and your fiance. And the first thing you will create is a Google Sheet. Now this sheet is going to be like your wedding Bible. Start first by preparing like a sheet for guest list. Now you'll be wondering like why guest list right now? Because this is going to give you an idea or a approximate count of which venues you would need to kind of finalize and select. So start putting down all the guest list from your side, from your fiance's side, ask him to update it. Doesn't have to be perfect, but it just gives you an idea of how many people approximately you would be looking to invite. Because that will help you in the next step when you're shortlisting or searching for venues. Because when you search for venues, they have like a minimum capacity, some of the venues. So you need to check all the questions with the venues on what their minimum is, what their maximum is, if there are more people, how much more are they going to charge. And once you finalize like which your venue is going to be, or basically you've shortlisted like say top 3, top 5, come back to this wedding Bible sheet, create another sub sheet called as comparison. Put down all these top 4 or top 5 venues that you have selected and mention all the details, right from the costing, right from the restrictions that they have, what all is inclusive in the cost, what are the other exclusions. So when we had like 3 shortlisted venues and we put in all the information. And how that helps is when you see something on paper or visually, it just makes things easier for your brain to kind of understand and analyze. You can come to a decision and conclusion faster. Next important thing to track in the wedding Bible is the payments tracker. So any payment that you make, okay, needs to go in the payment tracker. To who it was done, what's the total amount, how much have you paid, how much do you have to pay later, by when do you have to pay, is the amount settled between you and your partner, any other comments. So this will basically give you an idea of how much you're spending against your budget, because you already created a budget earlier. Now you know how much you're spending against that budget. Along with this, also create another folder in the wedding folder on your drive, which is basically like a receipts folder. Now this should include the screenshots and photos of all the receipts and payments you've done. Okay, if they've given you like a hard copy of a receipt, click a photo, upload it. If you've paid it through Google Pay, take a screenshot or save the screenshot on Drive. If there is any payment related discussion that's happened with your vendor, take a screenshot, upload it. Because closer to the wedding, there'll be so much payment, that transactions that happen. Sometimes they will be like, no, this is not the price we discussed, or this is not the price that we finalized. And that time to go and search through chats, suppose if you don't have it, your partner may not have it, it just gets too confusing and overwhelming. And name the receipts correctly, don't just upload it like screenshot. Okay, rename your receipts, whatever you're uploading, so you exactly know what it is and you can find it out easily. So have like a payments tracker to track your payment and a receipts folder to save all the bills, receipts, payments, payment discussion screenshots. The next sheet within your Bible, wedding Bible, is going to be a contacts sheet. This should have the details of all the contacts of people who are remotely or fully related to the wedding. Right from the priest who's going to officiate, to the florist, to the decor guy, to the person you're hiring the car from, who's going to be decorating your car, who's going to be the coordinator for that day, your photographer, your cousin's number in case if he's managing something, your anyone's number who is remotely related to taking care of any activity in the wedding. Put their number on that sheet, because on the day of the wedding, you and your partner can't be contacted for everything. That contact list becomes like very, very important for anyone else who's coordinating, so that they exactly know that, okay, I need to just go here. This is the contact that I need to call if the bouquet has not come. This is the person I need to call if the car has not arrived on time. I don't need to contact the bride or the groom for small information. Having a contact list makes your life easier on the day of the wedding. The next thing is a task and subtask list. I personally like to go very granular on stuff. Like if it is about wedding gown, I would like to start by, okay, shortlist and finalize the design, shortlist and finalize the designer, then buy the materials for the gown, stitch the gown, gown trials, beside the undergarments for the gown. So I like to go granular. If you are like that, go granular, because it gives you an idea of what is to come, what needs to be done. Think of subtasks where you can start delegating activities, and delegation is such an important thing which I learned the hard way. So as much as I knew it's good to delegate, I was hesitating to do that, thinking that maybe it's going to be troublesome. I would ask once, they wouldn't do it, then I'll be like, no, I can't ask again. And I had like a breakdown closer like 1-2 weeks before the wedding, and I remember calling one of my best friends, Sian, and literally crying, and she's like, you need to calm down, take a deep breath, and start delegating activities. You're taking too much on your head. And it was so true. Like I was taking unnecessary stress, which was just not worth it. So delegate activities and trust the people that you're delegating, that they will do the job, rather than taking a lot of things on your head. Okay, that makes things so much easier. The last tip I have is create like a D-Day plan, like a schedule for the day off, which is very important. And keep someone who's going to be a coordinator for that day. Okay, a closest friend, a family member, whoever you trust, basically, who's going to be like the moniker of the group. You can assign the D-Day plan to her, and she or he can be the one who's going to coordinate or be the coordinator for the wedding day. Just walk them through the entire D-Day plan. So the D-Day plan has to have everything right from the moment you wake up till the time the party stops. What time you're going to wake up, what time you'll be having your breakfast, if the breakfast needs to be ordered, who's going to be responsible for that, who's going to be keeping the clothes and the gowns ironed and ready, who's going to contact the florist, what time should the bouquet arrive, what time should the photographer arrive, what time should the makeup artist arrive. So basically giving the entire list of the D-Day plan, so that the person who's coordinating it knows exactly that, okay, by 9 the photographer, 10 o'clock the photographer should be here, so maybe I should start calling them by 9 o'clock and check where they are. So yeah, that makes the planning thing a little bit smoother, so that the coordinator or the person who's managing it knows exactly whom to reach out to, at what time they expect it to come. If they don't come, whom should I reach out to? Having said this, okay, there will always be changes that happen on the wedding day. Things may not happen as per you've planned. There will be things that go completely differently, and that's okay. Okay, this entire thing was not to be like, oh, this has to happen at this time, because that's not going to be the case. It is just basically like a skeleton for anyone who's looking into it to understand that, okay, it's supposed to happen at this time. If it's not, that means we are delayed. Can we do something about it? If we can, great. If not, chill, relax, have fun, enjoy the day, because the day will go by like this. All you need to do is enjoy and have fun. And there was one thing that I read somewhere which made so much sense and it helped me a lot, and I'm going to share that with you. Don't look at yourself as a host on a wedding day. Look at yourself as a guest of honor. Because when we think that we are the host, there's a lot of pressure that we put on ourselves, that we want to take care of everyone, we want to ensure that they're entertained, we want to ensure that they are comfortable, we want to ensure that they're having a good time. But when you think of yourself as a guest of honor, you let go of all that worry and you're like, okay, I want to enjoy this party because this party is in my honor. So I want to freaking have fun, enjoy, and have a gala time because that's what I'm called to do, and not worry and stress. So keep that in mind. You're not the host, you're the guest of honor. Enjoy the wedding, enjoy your wedding because you've been putting so much of effort in planning it. So just have fun and enjoy it, and everything else will just be beautiful, right? So that's it for this video. In case if you all have any other tips that will